I have led an investigation into the Capitol Police Board, and the Capitol Police Board's authority, Speaker's office, and the Senate Majority Leader's office, and the sergeants at arms.
Well, the big guy
to
already
investigate
said
the
it.
January 6th.
That's the big cop already said it. Pelosi did all of it.
I know, but I can give you the granular behind it.
Okay.
But that's going to require you to watch a 3-hour episode that I've already done on Alpha Warrior. And
Yeah,
you
we're
can
not
find it
doing
on my
that.
Rumble channel.
I'll do it. I probably already saw it.
So
But
I
I
won't have
knew
to rehash it.
Listen,
But yeah, the
I
short
knew
answer is
Pelosi
yes.
was doing it because she had her daughter film it for a
She
reality show.
had the authority to do it. So I look at it from the legal and
No,
influence
but
and
can
link
I
analysis
just talk
game.
about her reality show part? Because I know this part. So all the people
Yeah.
who were filming her and going, we've got to stop these horrible racist Trump voters. They had their cameras up to take pictures, and somebody showed it. They were all off. All them phones was off.
So
because they was doing it for a goddamn reality show.
Every single person that is listening needs to read 2 sentences, and it will explain everything about January 6th. Title 2, United States Code, Section 1979 and 1979 paragraph B. I forgot the other one.
Doesn't matter.
Damn, you better go look it up.
But what does
Let's
it say?
take a break.
Wait, hold on. What does it say?
Jake, let's take a break so I can smoke and
hold
we can
on. We will. What does
bring
it say?
Laura or whatever.
You can't just leave.
Yeah, I know. I'm just being polite.
Just tell her to wait 10 seconds.
There's 2 statutes.
Yeah.
Okay. And they basically lay out the jurisdictional zone of the U.S. Capitol Police, which is directed by Pelosi and Schumer.
Exactly.
And so they have the discretionary authority on who to arrest and who to prosecute and how much to prosecute them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other layer is who decides on the security information of the Capitol Police?
Pelosi.
It's Pelosi and Schumer. So if there's evidence showcasing that somebody didn't commit a crime in the video or mitigating circumstances, they decide not to release it. Because they're going to say, oh, that's security information.
Absolutely.
And if there's stuff that they can use to manipulate to prosecute someone and then coerce a testimony from a Capitol Police officer to say, hey, you got to sign this document saying that this is what happened, this is what was said, because the CCTV footage doesn't have audio on it. And if you don't sign this, you're going to be fired. They use that manipulated evidence and then send it over to the DOJ. So in order to address the January 6th problem and all these persecutions, people need to understand that it starts with the Capitol Police, the Article 1 branch of government, the legislative branch, Pelosi and Schumer, and the Capitol Police leadership, specifically the General Counsel, Tad DeBias. But no one listens to me. Right. And until, again, I said I'm the most humble person in the history of humanity. I've looked at this from the DOJ.
I'm more humble than you. Humbly, I'm saying I think I'm far more humble than you. But listen, here's what it was.
Well, you're the most humble woman in the history of humanity.
Okay, but listen, here's what they did, and you're not saying it, so I'm going to, because I'm an editor because I did sitcoms. I know how to cut out the fat. Here's the truth. They made us all sick, so, you know, that's how their first steps to overthrowing the government, plus everything they tried to implicate Trump in because he was finding out. So they made us all sick so we'd have mail-in ballots and they could cheat and overthrow the government through a fake election. And January 6th was their fake theater to seal the deal.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And now let me back up.
Yeah.
Illegal spying, they had to cover that up with Mueller.
Right.
The Mueller they had to cover up with Jim Baker using and the allies to cover it up in the media like we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had to cover that up with impeachment hoax 1 since Mueller absolutely failed in his testimony. So they created the impeachment hoax whistleblowing phone call. That was the next escalatory cover-up. Then after that, they had to usher in COVID-Con. Mike Pence volunteered and said, oh, me, bring me in as the COVID task force lead so I can make sure that Fauci, his employees Fauci and Birx could go ahead and do the COVID heist. And then from there, when that happened, then they could cover up to create election laws, not even laws, non-legislative actors could create a new way to vote so
which
that they
is
could steal the
illegal.
election.
Which is
Right.
illegal.
And then they had to cover up the stolen election with an illegal certification on January 6th.
Yeah.
And a
And
fake
then they had to cover
insurrection.
that up by
With the fake
creating the
insurrection.
insurrection narrative with Jamie Raskin and his wife. By the way, you know that Jamie Raskin's wife was one of the 39 individuals that unmasked General
I
Flynn,
did not know
illegally
that.
Oh.
spying on him? Is that why
Oh.
he's coming after me in his attack pieces with raw sewage, saying that Ivan is a dangerous individual? Yeah, you bet your ass I'm dangerous, Jamie and Sarah, because guess what? I'm exposing you, and we know where you live, your address, your
Well, don't
vehicle
say any
types,
of
but
that.
we're not going to go
I'll
there.
tell you
We're going to
this.
go peacefully, patriotically, legally, morally, and ethically to the max. And that's why he's talking about creating civil war conditions.
Yeah, he
because
says that
he's afraid.
he says that if Trump wins in the next election, he's going to make sure it's not certified. Hello. But
Mhm.
I'm going to tell him this. All you neocons and such out there, you can tell I've had too much to drink and I've only had half a glass.
We're
But
just getting
and
started,
then we'll take a break.
Roseanne.
Well, that's why we're going to take a break. But you know what? Rosh Hashanah is coming up.
Mike,
Rosh Hashanah is coming up for you, Schiff, Rashkin, Chuck, what's your face, Amy's uncle.
Chuck's husband, what's his name?
Chuck's husband, they're all married to a man.
Yeah,
What's
what's that about?
Schumer? Chuck Schumer, listen. God's going to
Allegedly.
get you. God's done with your shit. And this is a Jubilee year, my friends. The neocons,
That's if we
you're
don't get to
evil.
'em first.
You're evil. You're not for peace of Jerusalem. You're not for the Jewish people. You're going down. That's what the Bible says. Hello. And I'm taking a break.
So you see